All right, welcome everybody to the show. Hope everybody's doing great out there. And it looks like we are good to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. All right. So I must say a very grateful welcome to another 10 new subscribers. Pretty much there. Also to my regular viewers, back for another highly educational and extremely useful Perfect Soulmate show. Today's topic is all about defending yourself from online and offline bullying. That's right. It doesn't matter online or offline, the same principles apply. So please stay tuned. First of all, I completely agree with those who believe that life is a test. I also agree with the majority of people who believe that good and evil exists. So in order to pass the often stressful test of life, you must learn how to defeat evil in all of its negative forms. This show isn't only for kids or teenagers, it's also for adults. In this case, with the topic of bullying, obviously. Because believe it or not, adults are also bullied every single day. Many of them. In fact, the word bully means someone who is living a miserable, pathetic life and therefore only seeks to make you feel their painful unhappiness. That's right. Realize that a bully has nothing to live for, nothing positive, nothing productive. They have no heart and no soul. These losers are literally possessed by evil itself, in my humble opinion. So don't bother trying to reason with them. They will never, ever listen. They are beyond the point of no return. A bully is a troublemaker. Their only goal is to cause problems in your life. Understand that. They hate confident, successful, intelligent, wise, generous, productive, educated, strong, brave, caring, and loving people. They hate all of those types of people. People who are actually useful. Bullies are jealous and envious because they are literally useless. Please understand that. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, understand that bullies can be anyone, young or old, male or female, but in the end, they're all garbage and don't deserve to be called human beings. Also understand that the more attention you give them, the worse they'll become. Most people already know this. Bullies are often called trolls online, who create multiple sock puppet accounts on multiple devices even. It's really sad. All used to bombard you with negative comments designed to lure you into their immature trap, overflowing with stupid, non-productive, destructive, and immature behavior. That's their mission. Bullies are people that were either abused as children, failures in life, or both. Now wanting to take over or actually take out their frustrations on anyone and everyone, including pets, blaming people for their misery and suffering. That's all they do. All they want is to drag you down with them and nothing more. Bullies desperately need your attention because they can't stand living alone and with no one to love because they have no heart and soul. They will act as if they're one of us, but will soon show their true colors. So they're actors, okay? They will even make death threats. I've received a few. Or stalk you relentlessly, especially online. Bullies are psychotic and will follow you wherever you go, whether offline or online. They are obsessed with you and will try to use you as their daily punching bag. Because of all the anxiety, sadness, depression, anger, hatred, and evil negative energy that possess them. So now that you know what a bully is and what their goals are, it's now time to talk about the solutions on how to handle these living demons, as I call them. Once you learn how to handle them, they will never try to bother you again because they know they have been defeated. Trust me, they can be defeated. Most of the time, very easily. Especially the ones online. Bullies always think they are so clever or funny and desperately try to annoy you or hurt you every chance they get. So when they try and provoke you, it is your responsibility to either deal with them by yourself or with the help of a friend or someone else. The more help, the better, in other words. So, what do you do when confronted with a bully? Walk away silently whenever possible. That's one option. Block them if it's online. Your goal is to act like they don't even exist. It will be challenging at first, but trust me, they need you, while you, on the other hand, don't need them. By arguing back and forth with these losers, you are giving them your energy, which means they are literally draining you of your precious energy. What happens when you give in is they become stronger and you become weaker. Bullies are literally energy vampires. Understand how it works. It's like a mosquito draining your blood. It's pretty much the same thing. In order for bullies to survive, they must feed off of your energy. Otherwise, they will have no choice but to return to their own miserable, lonely lives with nothing else to do. So that's the first step in dealing with the bully. Don't give them your powerful, positive energy. Now let's say that you have no choice and the bully is right there in front of you, insisting that you acknowledge them by getting right into your personal space, face to face. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. This is where things may actually have to get physical. Be prepared with martial arts, a personal defense weapon such as mace, a firearm, a strobe light, or anything around you that could be used as a weapon. Because if you are trapped up against the wall, you can forget about trying to talk your way out of this dangerous situation. Now, obviously, that applies for offline bullying. It might get physical, like it or not. But for most likely every case of bullying, things are normally not on a physical, life-threatening level. So let's go over what you can do in these far more common situations, although you should always be aware that things can get physical very quickly, so always be prepared. Bullies are clowns. They think that by harassing you, they are entertaining you, as if their psychotic behavior is supposed to be amusing to you. Because that's literally all they have to offer to others. Desperate attempts to get your attention as if they're crying out for help. That's what they're really doing. They can't help themselves. But this is precisely why they're heavily psychologically damaged. Because at the same time, they know they will never accept anyone's help, and that they're addicted to doing their best to desperately try and hurt other people. So how do you handle such clowns? It's easy to handle bullies online. Simply tap the block/hide user from your channel button, the option. But offline, it will require using intelligent words if your only option is to confront such bullies. Simply avoiding and ignoring them isn't possible for a few different reasons. We're going to go over that. Let's say, for example, you are being bullied by a friend, your own parents, or another family member, perhaps your next door neighbor or colleague at work. Bullies come in many forms, and you must be ready to verbally confront them if you are left with no other choice. The bully will act like someone they're not to others, maybe acting like they're a good person to protect their real, far darker personality or reputation. In other words, you're dealing with an actor who may be trying to make you look bad in front of others so that they look good. Another word for bullying is an out-of-control narcissist. Absolutely. What the bully doesn't know, as with all bullies, is that the truth will eventually come out one way or another. Whether it's the false rumors they spread or the manipulation of others to turn them against you. Bullies have the weakest, most ridiculous strategies imaginable, so that can work to your advantage always. Sadly, however, such strategies will unfortunately work on other weak-minded, unintelligent people who are easily gullible and will believe what the bully says over your honest words. Such stupid people end up giving the bully more power to fight you with. But don't be afraid. Never fear the bully, because like a predator in the wild, they will easily sense whenever you are scared or doubtful. If one thing is for certain, your confidence and strength will ultimately defeat any bully that dares to foolishly stand in your way. When the bully starts to realize that you don't care about them, nor the new enemies that they've manipulated to turn against you, you are essentially striking fear directly into the mind and heart of the bully. So, you must know how to handle any level of sudden opposition. It could be great in numbers because of it. Even if you feel the whole world has turned against you, you must be prepared to defend yourself and make any lifestyle changes necessary for your own mental, emotional, and physical health. If that means moving to a new home, city, state, country, or continent, so be it. This, of course, is only a last resort option when absolutely nothing you can do or say will improve such an unfortunate situation. You are not running away from anyone. You are simply relocating to a non-toxic life and working environment, living and working environment like so many other people actually do. This happens more than you think. Sometimes you have to pull out the good old Uno reverse card and completely change your life for the better. If necessary, obviously. When a country is overcome with war, for example, people will retreat to another country. If the economy is failing completely or suffering a natural disaster, people will inevitably leave. There's nothing wrong with that. You must realize that there is no shame in abandoning a place that only brings you down and is ruining your chances in living the happy, fulfilling life that you deserve. This life can be unbelievably cruel, with evil everywhere, often, leaving us with no other option than to abandon ship to a better place. But if you strongly feel that your case of being bullied by one or more individuals is worth fighting for, and that you're confident that you will win no matter what it takes, then you shouldn't need to move to a new location. But you must be prepared to succeed, however. Let's say this bully is completely obsessed with you, meaning they wake up and go to sleep with nobody else on their mind but you. This is basically what all bullies do. But let's say this is the absolute worst case possible. Let's take a look at what your options are. You could choose to fight fire with fire, meaning insult them whenever they insult you, which is technically giving them your energy, however, not necessarily so. There are exceptions. You are simply demonstrating that their words don't have any impact on your well-being. So feel free to insult them with a big smile on your face. It really gets on their nerves to know that they're not even affecting you. You could also choose to call the police if they walk in front of you. This is offline. This all applies either online or offline, but some things are strictly online, some things are strictly offline. So if they get in front of you, uncontrollably invading your personal space, just be sure that you carry a body camera, for example, ready to record when you know that they will inevitably or most likely you'll be confronted by the bully. It gives you perfect evidence for later on. I know you don't feel like it, but if the bullying is that bad and that dangerous, you better go invest in some easy tech and protect yourself until this bully is out of your life completely, if it's that bad. Because anything can happen. You're dealing with psychos out there. These are not sane people. These are mentally ill people, like real mental illness. Defeating any bully is almost always a super easy challenge, but only when you fight their limited evil negative energy with the unlimited power of your positive carefree energy. That is, a positive, confident, intelligent attitude is all the ammunition you'll need to destroy a bully. The more positive energy, the better. Bullies thrive on negative energy, which is why they try so hard to make you angry, sad, or annoyed. So you could coolly fight fire with fire if that's what you want. Or you can calmly fight fire with a neutral response that turns the tables, like the Uno reverse card, and now aggravates and infuriates the bully. When the police and cameras are not needed, there are multiple creative strategies and successful proven methods in dealing with the bully. In other words, the bully only has one game to play. Just a one trick pony, right? Whereas you, in contrast, have all the fun, if you want to, when you handle everything wisely. They can't stand it. They can't stand a cool, calm, collected person, and anything they do is not fazing you. That's what I call a neutral stance. Or you can choose to fight fire with fire and play them at their own game, but just don't play it for too long. I'll tell you why. The whole point of bullying is to bring you down. Bullies are possessed by evil itself. When you're facing a bully, you are not facing an actual human being. Please understand this. You are literally facing a demon sent by evil itself to drain you of your life force, to convert you into another bully, essentially. Now, don't get anything twisted here. By becoming experienced in fighting fire with fire, you are not becoming a bully. You are using everything in your power to defend yourself, if you're forced to help everyone around you, and thus humanity itself with your efforts, thus preserving and protecting loving people. As long as you don't wind up losing yourself in the often exhausting fight or battle against bullies, feel free to use safe and effective means of protecting yourself and others from evil bullies. This is just a small part of what it means to be a member of my Perfect Soulmates army. You must be fearless, intelligent, and wise at all times. Because the moment that you show fear and weakness, that's why I'm so hard on my viewers, is the moment when evil attacks like a predator. That single drop of blood is going to attack a whole frenzy of evil. So, physical, mental, and emotional strength is key in this life. So if you think I'm showing some tough love, take it with a grain of salt, because this is exactly what you need in this life. I want you to be happy, to not have to deal with these negative situations, now or in the future. And then you have a horrible past to look back at and have PTSD from, the actual disorder. I don't want that for you. So please spread the word. Tell others to come to me if they need a one-on-one confidence boost or intelligent solutions on a case-by-case basis. I am your free relationships and life coach, because that's what I am here for. That's what I live for, to help you so that you can help others. So be a warrior, not a victim. Much love.